Goddess 333. How it's your girl, guys? Yeah, I'm here cooking with Sunshine Goddess. Quick prophetic message for you guys. Email me sunshinegoddess333@gmail.com. Okay, guys? So stop trying to explain the generational curse to the person who didn't care to break the generational curse. You are chosen for a reason, okay? They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to know about it. You know why? Because if they want to hear about it, if they want to know about it, what would they have done? They would have worked on healing themselves. Things that happened 20, 30 years ago within your family line still affect your family till this day. So if there are people in your family that don't want to talk about things that happened or don't want to heal from things or even, you know, some family members insist on passing down family trauma instead of looking, they can see it as an actual problem. They could say, you know what, I've noticed that in our family line, but they themselves to do the work, better not. So when it comes to your journey, when it comes to you breaking generational curses, stop going to approval for the people that didn't want to break the generational curse. Stop going to approval to the people that said, you know what, that's too hard. I'm going to, instead of change what I do, I'm going to keep that on and I'm going to carry it on and I'm going to keep passing it down, okay? It ran into your family until it ran into you, okay? And the enemy, again, will use everything and anything against you so you can't break this generational curse. And guess what? Sometimes you have to separate yourself from the people who just are adamant about keeping that curse, you know, and that's where you have to say, well, I know this may be my family and my brother and my mom or my sister or cousin or aunt, but you got to cut them off. You know why? Because that principality still wants to stay alive within your generation. But how can it be passed down if you say, you know what, well, it's here, the buck stops here. I'm no longer dealing with it, doing with it, operating in it. I don't want to be in this trauma energy. Or say you do something completely different with your family. See, the family you create is way more important than the family that you come from. Okay, give me 1 second. Good job. I love that. The family that you create is way more important than the family that you came from. And we're not dissing the family that you came from. But in order to heal those things, when it stops in your family, you have to say, well, you know what? We're not doing teen pregnancies anymore, okay? And you're going to be proactive and trying to help your child, your son or daughter, to avoid teen pregnancies because it seems like it's been in this generation for about 10 years already, you know? So maybe you're more proactive. Maybe you're more outspoken about intimacy. Maybe you do a little bit things different, but you stopped it. And that's all that matters. So don't waste your time explaining the curses that you broke from your family to the people that didn't even have the balls or the guts to do it. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Okay, so you were chosen specifically for your bloodline to you know, destroy that principality. And once it stops with you, it can never happen. But just know that what you're doing is very important, and that, you know, your ancestors that couldn't do it either, they're rooting for you. The people that people that you least expected are really rooting for you because they see the change within your family dynamic, within your life. So I would just say, you know what I'm saying? Happy Trusting Tuesday. Trust that God will guide you, because people in your family, especially older people, they can only get you as far as they've gone, right? So if somebody didn't care to work on themselves, or they don't want to heal, how can you explain to them, like, I'm trying to heal? How can you reason with them? How can you say, listen, these things that you done, I want to talk about them so we can move forward them because they are affecting my life today. Sometimes you can't explain that to those people. And sometimes, guys, your family is the number one people that you have to cut off because they don't agree with your healing. You know what I'm saying? Love and light. I send love and light because the family dynamic of the journey, especially when there's principalities involved, it gets very hard. It gets very touchy. And people say, but that doesn't matter, because whomever that person is causing chaos in my life. They're causing pain in my life. I get where you're saying, but God gave you your mom, your sister, your brother, your aunts, your uncles, because he knew that you'd be able to deal with them, okay? And if that means that removing yourself because they want to continue a generational curse and you're trying to end it, that doesn't mean you're wrong. You know, we're not pointing fingers at them. It just means you're doing what's best for your life. Okay. So it's hard being the generational hard being the generational curse breaker. You know what I'm saying? It's hard being the black sheep that turns goat, but the greatest of all times. You're the greatest of all times in your family line to do it. And the principality, the entity, it stops with you, and it may make you feel a little bit alone, and it may make your journey feel a little bit harder, but you did a big thing, okay? You did a really, really big thing. So I love you guys, Sandra Gaddis crew. Messages at the stove. Happy Trusting Tuesday. We're getting somewhere. Okay, you're getting somewhere, you're going to be somewhere, and you are somebody important, okay? So I love you guys so much. Happy Trusting Tuesday. Your girl's going back to work. I love you guys so much. Keep your head up in your heart close, God. I love you guys, and remember, it's the principality, baby. It ain't the person. Mwah.